Welcome back. Today I'm going to be making a drawing of Tom Turkey from the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. So let's get started. I'm first going to start with a curved line on this side and a curved line inside, and then match it on the other side with a curved line going around. I'll add a little bit of a highlight on the corner there and then shade in the middle section. So we're going to leave some distance across and do the same thing on the other side. Curved line inside, curved line going around a little smaller, and then match it on the other side. Little curved line in the top area there, and then fill in this larger space for the pupil of the eye. All right, for the top, we're gonna round kind of a curved line across, and then bring it back for a line parallel on top for the brim of the hat, and then we'll bring a line vertically, kind of curved up, sort of slanted in slightly, curved line across, and then back down to show the other side of the hat. Inside, we'll make a square shape for the buckle with a parallel line going inside of that square shape, and then lines on both sides for the belt that goes around, a little detail area there for the belt kind of buckle there. All right, coming down toward the center here and slightly on a slant here, so I'm going to make a horizontal diamond shape for the top part of the beak, and then finish that off with a triangle, upside down triangle shape there for the bottom part, detail line inside, and then like a triangle shape inside for the tongue area. And we'll darken in both sides of the tongue, around the tongue there. All right, dropping down here to make the neck area. So before we do that, let's round out the shape for the face. So we'll just continue underneath the eye, and it just kind of curves around, and do that on both sides. So now we come down to the neck area, and the neck area is going to be kind of a slightly diagonal line out, curved line along the bottom, and then slightly diagonal line going back up for the neck. And that's kind of a cylindrical shape because we want to show kind of the roundness of it, since Tom Turkey is a mechanical kind of put together piece here. All right, so a square shape here for the center of the tie, and then we're going to drop down a diamond shape for the tie there. Bring down two kind of slanted square shapes that go out on either side of the tie. Okay, and for the body, it's just going to be a circle. So I'm going to come all the way around and kind of do that on the other side as well. I'm going to leave some area open here. So I left this area open, and I'm going to come down here and draw a diagonal line out to a point, and then back up for the wing. And we're going to do that on both sides. Diagonal line out to a point, and then bring it back in toward the body. Continue the circle for the remainder of the body underneath. Okay, let's come down here and fill in kind of the feet area. So it's going to be some teardrop shapes. I'm going to do two on this side, kind of if this is the center and the tie, we'll do two on one side and then two kind of these teardrop shapes on the other side. Okay, let's continue with a line going all the way around, and this is going to be for the outer layer of feathers. Going all the way around to continue that, back down to the feet. So again, it just kind of follows the shape of the circle here. And you can do that in layers. So we'll do kind of an innermost layer here. And then I'm going to do another one that kind of comes from the bottom of the body and goes in between these two areas, keeping a little closer to the smaller layer of feathers. I'm bringing this all the way around to this side here. Now to add some details for the feathers, I'm just going to kind of do these lines that curve in following the contour. It's almost like a kind of a sundial as we kind of follow those lines going all the way around. Okay, and then just kind of layer them as we continue to work all the way around. also for the innermost part of the feathers here, the layer here. For the feathers on the wings, we're just going to kind of follow the contour of the wing, which is out diagonally, and I'm just drawing some almost triangular shapes here in layers, so it kind of continues down to the tip of the feather. And for the body, just going to make some lines going across in just like a square shape, and as we come kind of across the bottom here, we want to follow it in a kind of a curved form. As I'm working here, I kind of want to curve it around so it looks like it has some kind of a form to it. So it drops down in the center and then kind of curves up along the sides there. All right. And if we want to get real detailed in the outer layer here, we can just add some more kind of lines in between, depending on how much time you want to spend on all of those detail areas. Right. It does kind of have this little ribbon area, so it's kind of two oval shapes or lip shapes on the sides here, and they extend up on both sides, kind of like that. Right, getting into some color, I'm first going to add a little bit of pencil shading, so I'm going to do that kind of along the top of the eyes here. Again, because Tom Turkey is a three-dimensional mechanical figure, so it kind of looks nice if you add some of the shading here. So we'll do a little shading there, shading along the bottom portion of the neck. And this is optional, the shading. I think it looks kind of nice. It adds a little bit of a dimension to it. And we'll shade kind of up along this side of the neck. Okay. A little shading down here under the feathers and along this side of the body. All right, getting into some color. I'm first going to start with a burnt ochre color. This is kind of like a tan color, light brown color here, and just kind of go around this area of the face. And with the shading, if you did do the shading along with me, just kind of with the pencil go right over it with, if you're using marker, or even if you're using colored pencil or crayon for that matter. So it's kind of just an undertone to show that it's a little darker in those areas. That's all the pencil shading really is used for. And we're just using a color stroke to go up and down here to finish that neck area. Okay, I'm also going to use the same color for the main part of the body and for the wings, and also I'm going to use the same color for the feet. I'm just kind of outlining all of this section area. Okay, fill in the sections for the feet here. It's a little smaller of an area. For the main part, since it's such a large part in the middle here for the body, I'll probably open up the broader part of the marker to fill that in. I'm just going to outline this section as well. And I know I've done more of a happy turkey for the previous drawing that I did for Thanksgiving. I just thought Tom Turkey is such an iconic figure. It's always a part of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of show him on the channel as well. I'm also going to use this color actually for the top section of the hat. Let's go on to the brim of the hat and also the belt area around the hat here. So I'm going to do that in kind of a dark green color. And now we're going to go into a yellow color, and I'm going to fill in the buckle for the belt. And we're also going to fill in some of these feather areas here. Let's do the first layer of feathers in this lighter yellow color. This is actually a yellow ochre that I'm using for this layer of feathers. Okay, for the next layer of feathers, I'm going to be using more of an orange color. So this is called yellow orange. I'm going to use a red color, kind of a bright red color here for the tie. And this ribbon section connects to the tie as well. The collar area stays white, and coming up to the tongue, we'll fill that in that red color as well. Coming in a little detail to the outside of these first layer of feathers with the red, just to kind of differentiate the yellow from the orange. Adding a little bit more contrast in here. This is what's nice about using markers. I can just kind of layer over the color. You can do this also with a crayon and colored pencil. It just works a little bit better with marker. And I'm going to add some blue, kind of a light bluish green color to the outside of the feathers. I'm just filling this all in here with that same blue. Just for a little bit of variation in color, and we'll add kind of this is called a blush pink. I'm going to add for this remainder of feathers. outline some areas here and fill in some more detail. So what I'm going to do for the outside here is add almost like an indentation as I work around, and I save this for last, so if I went out of the lines I could just easily go over that and kind of cover up any error that I made or mistake kind of without erasing it. It adds more of an emphasis, and again, as I always talk about outlining, it really works well as we work around the layers of feathers and save this till the end. And I'm also going to do that on the kind of the pink layer here that we've put in. So again, we're just adding more detail and adding more lines here to show more interest in our drawing. Really kind of brings a lot of detail into it and a lot more interest into the work. I'll outline around the face as well here. Make that stand out a little bit more, and around the body and the wing. We'll just outline around the whole outside of the drawing. Okay, one more part. I'm just going to add some kind of an orange tone to the beak area. I'll make it stand out a little bit more. I think I'm going to add that kind of reddish tone instead. Okay, a couple more detail lines on the feet to show the contour. So the roundness of it and the contour of the kind of foot that it curves around. So we'll just kind of add some curved lines here. And sharpen up some of these lines inside. And then a little pencil shading in this area because that's kind of a shadow area inside those ribbons. And that's going to conclude the drawing for Tom Turkey. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's a lot of fun to draw. Give them a try. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.